Hello everyone, welcome back to the Daily DJ, where I'll be bringing you the latest news and updates in the crypto and Web3 space. Before we get into it, remember to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy the video, and turn the bell notifications on to stay tuned for future uploads. So I'm sure we're all aware of the recent FTX collapse and the scandals involving Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda Research. It's left a lot of the community and institutions in a financial mess. In and amongst these events, though, Sam has made some pretty interesting moves and implications. He tweeted on November 16th stating he plans to raise liquidity, make customers whole and restart. I think this article sums up how likely that is to work out for Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. It says, at the moment, it looks highly unlikely that any sort of meaningful resurrection will come to pass, given that SBF has admitted to committing securities fraud by gambling with clients' funds without their knowledge. Sam Bankman-Fried maintains that the margin call was on FTX International and not FTX US. This may not make a difference in terms of the legal repercussions due to the fact that US customers were still affected. In a parallel universe, Sam Bankman-Fried may come out of this unscathed and, as he says, do a restart. I actually really don't think it's too far-fetched to see Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX do some sort of resurrection and, sort of manage the media. They do have a lot of ties within the general press, so I think they could sort of navigate the sentiment that way. As we've seen in a lot of posts by news articles and news media outlets, they are trying to portray Changpeng Zhao as some sort of criminal in the whole scenario and sort of glorify Sam Bankman-Fried and protest his innocence, basically. It also says here that Kevin O'Leary would consider investing in Sam Bankman-Fried again if he did have a new venture. I do find it interesting that he's still convicted in Sam and his character. He was also quoted in reference to investing in Sam Bankman-Fried again, saying, "You can love him or hate him for what's happened, but he was one of the most brilliant traders in the crypto universe." And when asked if he would back Bankman-Fried in a new venture, he said the answer would be yes. Listen, I'm not a professional trader nor a financial advisor, but if Sam is considered one of the most brilliant traders in the crypto universe, then I think we have a pretty low barrier to entry. Pretty much just borrow and lose unaccredited funds and trades without proper risk management and you're set. When you're handling $10 billion every day, how do you not notice yourself using too much leverage? I believe Sam was caught up in his greed and wanted to reap the higher rewards for a higher risk. It's really not that surprising. Contrary to his previously mentioned statement, Kevin O'Leary said that his investment in FTX was a bad investment, as his venture capital firm's account balances on the platform dropped to zero. After his balances were wiped out, he was then quoted saying, in regards to the crash, that it's a tough day and that's a hit. That obviously for someone like him it's probably a negligible hit. I'd be surprised if Kevin would invest in Sam Bankman-Fried in hypothetical future endeavours. But we'll see what the future holds for Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, but I don't think he'll be getting any big investments from these sort of investors in the near future at least. Moving on, this article emphasises that in light of the FTX downfall, investors' confidence could continue to decline and extend the crypto winter until the end of 2023. The FTX collapse has come to bite the crypto market hard, especially at a time when the traditional finance markets have registered a significant bounce back in wake of a lower than expected consumer inflation data. Many believe that if not for the self-inflicted ongoing crisis, the crypto market would have seen a similar market uptick. I do have to acknowledge that it was nice to see a glimmer of bullish sentiment leading up to the FTX event. I don't think it really holds much merit in the overall trend of the market. We were likely to see some sort of event to reverse the sentiment and further correct. As there has not yet been a certified bottom, and now that Bitcoin has broken some long-term trends, I do expect to see a further leg down after maybe another capitulation event into market depression. We're also unlikely to see a true bottom until the greater financial markets fully stabilise, which could conceivably be up until the end of 2023. Though with that being said, I would really love to be on the same dose of copium that Tim Draper is after his article states that is still positive on a 250k Bitcoin price prediction for 2023. Draper says that the collapse of the FTX crypto exchange was nothing to do with the success of Bitcoin because Bitcoin is decentralised and FTX was not. He continues to stick with his optimistic prediction, and in an interview with Cointelegraph on November 15th, he says no change in prediction, still 250,000 by early next year. So I understand the conviction in the sense that the FTX event was a perfect example of how crucial decentralization is to the crypto world. However, to still be holding on to a 250k price prediction for early 2023 is blatant denial. I'd be surprised if it surpasses 25,000 by then, but who knows what the next market move will be. If the crypto winter does extend for another 12 to 18 months, will this change your investing strategies? In this article, Binance's CEO Changpeng Zhao advises that crypto investors should not buy right now, stating that unless you're very experienced, very mature, very confident and can handle the risk, I would recommend most people just hold out for this period of time. The article reads, "It does seem slightly odd advice from someone who gets their business from people investing in crypto, but it must be said, given the drama unfolding in the sector right now, that it is sound advice." It also says that crypto degens would probably say buy the dip, which has been the mantra in the crypto space for many years as Bitcoin has always climbed upwards. Do you think now is a good time to reevaluate the buy the dip, dollar cost averaging strategy and try to time the market bottom? Or will you continue to buy your way down in hopes to get the generational entries? I'm personally going to continue to buy and try to ignore all the noise, even though I am probably going to get absolutely wrecked. I just like to stick to my own strategy and just ignore the FUD really. So in other news, you may not be surprised to hear that Musk has told Twitter staff that bankruptcy is not out of the question. After Elon acquired Twitter for $44 billion, there have been some prompt changes being made to the social media platform. A total of 3,700 positions were reportedly cut from the company 2 weeks ago, and as per reports last week, it seems the company may be having money troubles. After his purchase, Musk admitted he was unsure on how much run rate was left in the company, and since has been aggressively pushing the Twitter Blue subscription model. At $8 a month, anyone can get verified on Twitter in what Musk says is a way to combat the bots, but the recent call shows that it's actually a way to boost revenue for Twitter. I don't think anyone was convinced by his claims to introduce Twitter Blue to combat bots. Clearly his ego needs reinforcing by reviving the site and somehow driving it to its purchase price valuation. I've seen a lot of people talking about how Elon has been residing and working at Twitter HQ in attempts to save the sinking ship. Do you think we'll see a turnaround for Twitter? Does it have the potential to become the #1 social media site, perhaps overtaking TikTok with the introduction of better integrated video media posts? Or do you think it is on a one-way road to bankruptcy? In other news, USDC issuer Circle said that Apple has now allowed and enabled crypto payments that will be using the stablecoin on their platform through Apple Pay. Merchants who accept the USDC will now be able to do so with the help of Apple Pay. It will now be possible to interact with Apple Pay for merchants who are open to accepting Circle's USDC. The company stated that NFT marketplaces, crypto gaming, crypto exchanges, crypto wallets, and cross-border remittance providers can help their businesses grow by making checkout easy with Apple Pay and Circle. The addition will help crypto-native businesses by making it easier to take payments while not excluding customers that do not use crypto. In addition, traditional businesses can also take advantage of this enhancement to shift more retail payments to the digital currency. This is massive news in my opinion, as it's one step closer to adoption for generalized crypto payments. Apple have already stated that they're on board with the crypto and Web3 movement and heavily invested into the space. I think with them holding such a market share in the technology sector already, they could very easily be the ones to pioneer mass adoption on a global scale for crypto payments, potentially also realizing the vision for a Bitcoin use case. Sony are now another company announcing their moves into the Web3 space as well. Newly published documents reveal that Sony applied for a patent in 2021 for a system that tracks digital assets in video games using blockchain technology, specifically NFTs. The patent was made public on November 10th, 2022. Sony points to the worldwide popularity of gaming and players who want to own unique items associated with their favourite celebrities, activities, and esports tournaments winners. This could be huge for Web3 gaming. I'm not sure if Sony have already licensed some of their IPs to NFT projects already, but I imagine if they were to develop their own entry into the metaverse, they could translate their credibility across and continue to be one of the biggest gaming and technology companies out there. If Sony designed a PlayStation platform that was metaverse compatible, do you think it would be enough to spark more adoption in the space, and would you be excited to get involved with it? I do think it would be massive for onboarding new users into the metaverse, and I think it would generate a lot of competition for their competitors like Microsoft and a lot of the already PC-based metaverses. But let me know in the comments what you think is going to be the most successful platform in the metaverse. And yeah, that's everything from me for this video. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like and subscribe if you did. Let me know in the comments your take on the recent events in the space. I hope everyone affected is doing okay and recovers from the FTX crash. I'll see you all next time. Thanks.